for all the aspirants and students who are maybe thinking about RBI Grade B 2024 or maybe even dreaming about RBI Grade B 2024, this is the most important video of all. इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे सब कुछ आरबीआई ग्रेड बी के बारे में. वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम सैलरी टू एग्जाम पैटर्न, योर क्वालिफिकेशन, योर जॉब प्रोफाइल, ऑलमोस्ट एवरीथिंग विच यू कैन इवन थिंक अबाउट. So don't miss it and watch till end. Whatever we will be discussing, you will get an enough idea that either you can even start your preparation and you can understand the gravity also, how much important this particular opportunity is there for all the aspirants who are looking out for any government job or maybe even banking job in 2024. So let's start our discussion with first thing. Whenever we are choosing any of the competitive exam and a competitive exam like RBI Grade B for 2024, these are the things which we will be discussing. So we'll start with eligibility, in which two eligibility criteria are there: age and educational. Your eligibility, that is your qualification. Then previous exam dates and vacancies, and based on previous exam dates we will also try to understand that when would the RBI Grade B exam be in the year of 2024. Okay. Then we will be also looking at exam pattern, syllabus, cutoff, after that overall salary, job profile, career progression, etc. etc. In total, we will be looking at everything which is under the domain of RBI Grade B exam. Let's start our discussion with the eligibility. When I talk about eligibility, the first main eligibility criteria is age. आपका age कितना है? So as we all know, for regulatory bodies, अगर आप देखते हो, for RBI also in similar fashion, the age has been given which is from 21 years to 30 years. So overall age bracket जो आपका दिया गया है, that is 21 years to 30 years. What does this means? It means that notification clearly says that candidates must be between ages of 21 to 30 years. That means more than 21 years of age and less than 30 years of age. This should be very very clear to you. It means that suppose आपका age 30 years है, then you are not eligible for RBI Grade B exam. Suppose आपका age 21 या 21 से कम है, then you are not eligible for RBI Grade B exam. So always in the notification one reference date has been given, and this reference date is always close to notification or maybe notification date. This date whatever is there, when you compare your birth date, okay, so when you count your age from your birth date to your reference date, that age should fall between 21 years and 30 years. It means that your age should start from 21 years 1 month to 29 years and 12 or maybe 11 months. So this is the overall age eligibility for your RBI Grade B exam. Do not get confused. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स को ऐसे लगता है कि RBI Grade B exam तो 30 years तक है. 30 years तक RBI Grade B exam नहीं है. RBI Grade B exam is from 21, that is of course more than 21 years and less than 30 years. तो 30 साल के अगर आप हो चुके हो, then you will be not in the race of RBI Grade B officer. Okay? तो आपका एज होना चाहिए 30 से कम, मे बी 29 एंड हाफ हो सकता है या फिर 29 एंड 8 मंथ, 6 मंथ, 9 मंथ, कुछ भी, लेकिन 30 ये नंबर आपके एज में नहीं होना चाहिए. Then let's move to your particular relaxations which different categories are getting in context of age. अब ध्यान से देख लेना ये एक बात, whatever your reserved or maybe scheduled categories are there, maybe socio-economically backward, maybe person with disabilities, maybe ex-servicemen, maybe banking aspirants. For everyone, specific relaxation has been given. For scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, 5 years, that means 30 plus 5, 35 years is the relaxation. For other backward class, 3 years, that means 30 plus 3, 33 years. For person with disabilities, 10 years for general category, that means 40 years. 13 for OBC, that means 43 years, and 15 for SC and ST. For only person with disabilities I am talking about, that means almost 30 plus 15, it gives you how much? 45 years becomes the relaxation. Then ex-servicemen, which includes the military service, 5 years is the relaxation. Bank employees, 5 years is the relaxation. And experienced candidate, that means those people who are having experience in scheduled commercial banks, public sector insurance companies, all financial institutions, RBI gives them almost again 33, that is 3 years of relaxation. So in this way, here whatever relaxations are there for this age for different categories have been given. Then we talk about the next important other eligibility criteria only, that is educational qualification. So educational qualification, when I am talking about, two things are there. Either a candidate would be graduated or post graduated. एक तो उसने ग्रेजुएशन किया होगा या फिर पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन किया होगा. So in RBI, first thing is that you should be graduated in any discipline or maybe equivalent technical or professional qualification with minimum 60% of marks. So it means that if you are having graduation, you should have minimum 60%. Okay. Second thing, here when I am talking about 50% should be for SC, ST and person with disabilities aspirants. So for all the general candidates, if you are graduated in any possible discipline, चाहे आप कॉमर्स से हो, चाहे आप साइंस से हो, चाहे आप इंजीनियर हो, चाहे आप लॉयर हो, आपके लिए ये नोटिफिकेशन, यू आर हैविंग एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन फॉर गिविंग आरबीआई ग्रेड बी एग्जाम ओनली व्हेन इफ यू आर in your respective profession or in your respective qualification you are having 60% of minimum marks. Okay, for general candidates it's 60%, for SC, ST and PWBD candidates it's 50%. It means कि जनरल कैंडिडेट्स जो क्वालिफिकेशन डिफरेंट उनका है अलग अलग स्ट्रीम्स में या फिर एनी डिसिप्लिन में, उनके लिए मिनिमम है 60%. लेकिन अगर आप किसी भी कैटेगरी में गिरते हो तो उसके लिए 50%. अगर आपने पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन किया है फ्रॉम एनी डिसिप्लिन और इक्विवेलेंट टेक्निकल और प्रोफेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन, देन योर मिनिमम मार्क्स रिक्वायर्ड आर 55%. तो ग्रेजुएशन के लिए 60%, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के लिए 55%. ठीक है. अदर देन दैट, नाउ अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, whenever you are giving RBI exam, if you are in your final year, then you have to take a very important care that before the RBI's notification date, whatever the reference date has been given, before that the result should be declared and you should have the result in your hand. Then only you are eligible in whatever, and then only you are having एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन एंड यू आर एलिजिबल टू गिव द आरबीआई ग्रेड बी एग्जाम. तो एक बात ये ध्यान रखना कि रिजल्ट आपके पास होना चाहिए, जो भी डेट मेंशन्ड है उसके पहले रिजल्ट डिक्लेयर होना चाहिए और वो रिजल्ट आपके पास होना चाहिए. ओके, सो दीज टू थिंग्स, ग्रेजुएशन लेवल एंड पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन लेवल, व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, देयर इज नो एनी बार ऑन एनी डिसिप्लिन ऑफ ग्रेजुएशन एंड पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन. मतलब आप किसी भी डिसिप्लिन से हो सकते हो, किसी भी स्ट्रीम से हो सकते हो. ओनली ग्रेजुएशन है तो 60%, post graduation है तो 55%. So overall now other basic qualifications are also there, for example Indian citizen, etc, etc, and I hope that of course those most of the people would be clearing. Okay, main qualifications are age and educational qualifications which you should keep your eye on because there would be many students who are in their final years and they want to give the exam, right? बात करते हैं previous exam dates के बारे में and vacancies के बारे में. अगर आप 2022 के बारे में देखते हो तो 2022 में अगर आप देखते हो तो 28 मार्च को यहां पर नोटिफिकेशन आया था. फेज 1 की एग्जाम हुई थी 28 मई में. फेज 1 का रिजल्ट लगा था 7 जून को. फेज 2 की एग्जाम हुई थी 25 जून को. फेज 2 का रिजल्ट लगा था 11 जुलाई को एंड इंटरव्यू वाज लाइक स्टार्टेड इन अगस्त मंथ. So interview started in August month and the final result was declared in almost October. Now why I am choosing here 2022 only, because the same pattern also may be replicated this year also in the year of 2024. So what is the month in which you can expect the notification? Yes, you are right, it is March only. You can expect कि March में ही notification आएगा. Also vacancies, last year vacancies were 291 vacancies, okay, in total. This is the same number. For example, RBI vacancies are between 250 to 320 vacancies. So last 10 years if you see, these are the vacancies which RBI always comes out with. So similar vacancies you can expect almost 290 to almost 300 vacancies this year also in the year of 2024. And what I am telling is the expected notification date if you want to know, which many of the students उनको चाहिए होगा कि सर कब आएगा एग्जाम बताओ. सो कोई मैं टेंटेटिव डेट नहीं बताऊंगा आपको बिकॉज इट्स वे टू फार. 6 मंथ अभी भी बचे, 6 to 7 months फॉर योर एग्जाम. बट श्योरली आई विल टेल, लुकिंग एट द इलेक्शंस, ओके, लुकिंग एट द इलेक्शंस ऑल्सो, 2024 में इलेक्शन भी है, तो ये सारी चीजें अगर आप देखते हो तो मार्च में ही एग्जाम हो जाएगा. अगर ये एग्जाम मार्च में नहीं होता है तो डायरेक्टली फिर 1-2 महीना लेट होगा फॉर श्योर. दिस इज वन ऑफ द थिंग. ईदर द एग्जाम विल हैपन इन मार्च, एंड इफ इट डजंट हैपन इन मार्च, ओके, then it will again go 1-2 months earlier forward. Okay, so in this way this could be your exam dates for your RBI 2024 based on your previous exams. Generally अगर हम देखें, the overall exam phase of RBI starts from March to your October November. So from notification to come, जनरली अगर आप देखते हो फेज 1 एग्जाम कब होता है, जून में ही होता है, कभी कभार मई में भी हो जाता है. ठीक है, अगर फेज 2 एग्जाम देखते हो तो कभी कभार वो जून में होता है या फिर जुलाई में होता है. एंड इफ यू सी द इंटरव्यू, इट स्टार्ट्स ईदर इन अगस्त सितंबर ओनली. सो दीज आर द इंपॉर्टेंट मंथ्स ऑफ एग्जाम फॉर आरबीआई ग्रेड बी. कौन से? जून, जुलाई, अगस्त, सितंबर. नाउ लेट्स मूव टू योर एग्जाम पैटर्न. आरबीआई इज अ एग्जाम वेयर देयर आर 3 stages: prelims, mains and interview. अगर आप क्लियरली देखते हो, which has been mentioned in the notification, there are specific stages which are called, that is phase 1 which is your prelims, phase 2 which is your mains, and phase 3 which is your interview. Phase 1 exam if you see, it is nothing but multiple choice questions are asked, objectives are asked, okay, and if you clear phase 1 then you go for phase 2. If you clear phase 2 then you go for phase 3, that is for your interview. In phase 1 if you see, there are 4 important subjects. Those are general awareness, reasoning ability, quantitative aptitude and English. If you go to phase 2, English descriptive, ESI, that is economic and social issues, and finance and management, where ESI and finance and management, both type of questions are asked, MCQs also and descriptive questions also. So when we talk about RBI Grade B exam, the core subjects of RBI Grade B exam are economic and social issues, finance and management, and both static part also and current part also of these subjects. Interview, when we are talking about, it is for 75 marks and it is the last and main stage of your selection, where it all depends that where you can either be a RBI Grade B officer or not. Now let's dig deep into our phase 1, that is stage 1 prelims of your RBI Grade B exam. You could see that general awareness, 80 questions are there for 80 marks. That means every question is for 1 mark. Negative marking is 1/4. That means negative marking is 0.25. Okay. Overall timing if you see, it's of 120 minutes, and total marks if you see, if you add all the subjects, it's for 200 marks. So 200 questions for 200 marks in 120 minutes. Sectional timing is there, that means 4 sections which are given: general awareness, quantitative aptitude, reasoning and English. Each section will have sectional timings and sectional cutoff also. So sectional as well as overall cutoff would be there for all of these subjects. So you have to clear general awareness sectional cutoff also, quantitative aptitude sectional cutoff also, English sectional cutoff also, and the reasoning sectional cutoff also. When you will add all the numbers, you have to clear merit total overall cutoff also. I hope you are getting an idea. If you see general awareness, it is for 80 marks, which includes 4 types of general awareness. One is static general awareness, then it's finance current affairs, then it's PIB news, and then it's government schemes. ये 4 सेक्शंस मिलके टोटल जनरल अवेयरनेस होता है. ओवरऑल अगर क्वेश्चन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन भी कहोगे, इट इज ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल ओनली, बट पीआईबी एंड गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स आर मोस्टली आस्क्ड मोर. ओके, देन क्वांटिटेटिव एप्टीट्यूड 30 क्वेश्चंस 30 मार्क्स, इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज 30 क्वेश्चंस 30 मार्क्स, रीजनिंग इफ यू सी 60 questions are there for 60 marks. So reasoning again is the second subject with the large number of questions. General awareness is 80, then is reasoning for 60, and quant and English are for 30 each. Okay. Then overall, when we are talking about phase 1, as we now know what happens in phase 1, now let's look at what happens in phase 2. Okay. In phase 2, when I am talking about, here you could see 3 papers are there. So phase 2 exam, it is more of phase 3 papers. So phase 2 exam, 3 papers. Paper 1, as I told you, it is ESI, economic and social issues. Paper 1 is economic and social issues. Paper 2 is English answer writing or English descriptive. Paper 3, when I am talking about, it's finance and management. Now look at it very, very carefully. When I am talking about paper 2, which is English descriptive, that English descriptive, when I am talking about, it has 3 questions, which includes essay, précis, and your either reading comprehension or letter writing. So these 3 particular questions related to only descriptive answer writing are asked in paper 2, that is English descriptive or English writing skills. Okay. Paper 1 and paper 3, when I am talking about, paper 1 is economic and social issues, and when economic and social issues we are talking about, it is for again 100 marks. 50% is objective type and 50% is descriptive type. In this 50% objective type, for ESI 30 questions are there, 30 questions. These 30 questions whatever are asked are for 50 marks. Okay. So overall, when we are looking ESI, 50% will come from objective and 50% will come from descriptive, in which 6 questions would be given. You have to write any 4 again for 50 marks. So 50-50, 100 marks for ESI. In total, how much time do you get to solve ESI paper 1? 120 minutes. Paper 2, English answer writing, as I told you, essay, précis, letter. This again you are getting 90 marks, and those 3 questions are again for 100 marks, okay, in total. So essay for 40 marks, précis for 30 marks, and letter also for 30 marks, in total 100. Finance and management, when we are talking about, though finance and management are 2 different subjects, but here in RBI phase 2 exam, finance and management, both subjects are combined together, and here if you see, again 50% objective and 50% descriptive is there. So it means that 25% from objective, total 50%, 25% will come from finance, 25% will come from management. Similarly, in descriptive part, 25% will come from finance, 25% will come from management. Okay. Here also objective, whatever MCQs are there, 30 questions, 50 marks, and here 6 questions, any 4 you have to write for again 50 marks. 50-50 again 100, and you are having 120 minutes to write. So for both paper 1 and paper 3, ESI and FM, finance and management, 30 questions for 50 marks is in objective section, which is 50% of the paper, and remaining descriptive part 50%, it's 6 questions would be asked, out of which candidates have to write 4 questions. Out of these 4 questions, 2 15-marker questions and 2 10-marker questions. Okay. And in this 30 questions, when I'm talking about, you could see that here in total 20 questions would be for 2 marks and 10 questions would be for 1 mark. Okay. So in this way is the total distribution and exam pattern for your phase 2. Then when we are talking about phase 3, personality interview plus psychometric test. Now what is psychometric test? It is nothing but it is a just psychological test which is given. There are no marks which are based, but it is just a procedural thing which is done before the interview. Personality interview is for 75 marks, okay? And overall if you see, phase 2 when we are talking about, 100 marks from English, 100 from ESI and 100 from finance and management, total 300 marks, and interview marks of 75. So in total, your final selection happens out of 375 marks, how much marks you will be scoring. Okay. Final selection is on the basis of this 375 marks. Candidates may opt for interview in either Hindi or English language also. So these are the three stages, phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3 for RBI grade B exam. Now let's look at a very important thing, that is syllabus of the exam. So first, when I'm talking about syllabus of the exam, let's look at the English syllabus when I'm talking about. Here you could see all the important topics which have been given for the English. Now these are very, very important topics. I know other than these topics also are there, but these are the most repeating topic in the RBI grade B exam. Last 5 years you can look into. So various topics like maybe reading comprehension, sentence rearrangement, para jumble, score, clothes test, then your sentence reframe, identify grammatically correct and incorrect, okay, fill in the blanks, then contextual uses, sentence rephrase, error detection. So these are some of the topics in English, okay. So here what you can do is that definitely whatever important topics are there, generally in phase 1 when you see, English is very, very scoring, okay. It also helps you to clear your overall cutoff, okay. Then we come towards quant. Now quant, when we are talking about very important topics like time, work, pipes and cistern, average, mensuration, ages, simple interest, compound interest, simplification, approximation, time, speed, distance, boats and streams. Then other than that, quadratic equation, data interpretation, DI. If you see DI, 2 DI important comes in RBI, one comes very difficult and one comes moderate. इसमें से एक भी अगर आपने कर लिया तो भी आपका क्वांट आपका क्लियर हो सकता है, क्योंकि हर एक डीआई में 5-5 क्वेश्चन होते हैं, और क्वांट का कट ऑफ भी देखोगे तो भी इट इज बिटवीन 4 to 6-7 मार्क्स, ओके. सो देयरफॉर हियर इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स यू हैव टू चूज. In phase 1 RBI grade B exam, you always have to remember, it is not on just about solving the paper or not, it is not just about how difficult the phase 1 paper is, but rather it also depends on your quantitative aptitude, reasoning, English, whatever questions are there, your speed in solving these questions, and which questions do you choose to solve and which questions do you leave that you don't want to solve. So in this way, this matters most in your phase 1 examination. Then comes your reasoning. As you all know, reasoning कितने मार्क्स का है? 60 का है. क्वांट हमने देखा था 30 का है. इंग्लिश कितना है? 30 है. लेकिन रीजनिंग यहाँ पर बहुत ज्यादा मार्क्स का है. तो यहाँ पर इसका जो कट ऑफ जो निकल के आता है ऑलमोस्ट 9 to 13 इस ब्रैकेट में गिरता है. तो पजल, सिटिंग अरेंजमेंट, ऑर्डर एंड रैंकिंग, सिलोजिज्म, कोडिंग डिकोडिंग, ब्लड रिलेशन, डायरेक्शंस, डेटा सफिशिएंसी एंड डिसीजन मेकिंग, इनइक्वालिटीज, स्टेटमेंट एंड कंक्लूजन, देन अदर देन दैट इनपुट आउटपुट. Always remember, for out of all the regulatory bodies, quant reasoning is most tough. It's very, very difficult in RBI grade B exam only. Okay, there are two important reasons why this particular phase 1 subjects are difficult. First is the length of the questions. Second is actual difficulty and combination of multiple topics. For example, quant में देखोगे तो वो may be average, ratio, आपका age, इस 3-4 टॉपिक्स का मिक्स करके एक क्वेश्चन पूछ लेंगे. सो यू हैव टू अप्लाई मल्टीपल टेक्निक्स एंड मल्टीपल वट एवर टॉपिक्स आर देयर, यू हैव टू यूज द नॉलेज एंड टेक्निक्स टू सॉल्व अ पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन. सिमिलरली इन रीजनिंग यू विल फाइंड दैट कोडिंग, डिकोडिंग, ब्लड रिलेशन एक साथ एक क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है. सो देयरफॉर इट मैटर्स अ लॉट कि कौन सा क्वेश्चन इजी है और आपको चूज करना है सॉल्व करने के लिए, और कौन सा क्वेश्चन लीव करना है. Then comes GA. मैंने GA में पहले ही आपको बता दिया. These are all the important topics which I am talking about. In GA, if you see, almost 80 questions are there. I already told you. Out of these 80 questions, when we are talking about, you always have to remember in GA that, particularly in this GA, almost 15 to 20 questions, whatever are there, these whatever 15 to 20 questions or 10 to 15 questions are from static GA. Okay. Remaining whatever questions are there, those are from current, and these whatever current questions are there, these comes from two domains. The first domain is nothing but finance current affairs, okay, finance current affairs and banking current affairs. So finance current affairs, banking current affairs, all the banking circulars, important banking updates, reports, everything which is related to RBI. Okay, and other regulatory bodies also. So RBI circulars, different financial stability report which RBI gives, all these becomes very, very important, and that's why our first current section in general awareness is finance and banking current affairs and RBI related current affairs. The second block is nothing but, of course, your PIB related and government schemes related general awareness. So make sure PIB, government schemes, and in total your finance current affairs you are covering. That makes your huge chunk of your GA, which is nothing but almost 60 to 70 marks. Okay, so 60 to 70 marks are totally based on your current. Okay, these are all the topics which here I have mentioned, and these definitely keep on repeating in your RBI Grade B exam. The most important government policies, regulation, guidelines, bills, constitution, government schemes, plus PIB, banking, economy, finance, current affairs, okay, national campaign initiatives, okay, then company related news, international current affairs, okay, and then other reports like census, economic survey, budget. So these all things are there which could be asked in your, of course, general awareness in phase 1. Now overall, when we have completed phase 1, now let's move towards your phase 2 preparation. So phase 2, as I already told you, English paper is there, okay. There are 3 sections. First is essay for 40 marks, in which on the topics like economy, finance, technology, internet, abstract, social issues, किसी भी section से essay आ सकता है, ठीक है. Then comes Pressy, a passage would be given like a editorial and you have to write a paragraph with a title. So this one. Then comes reading comprehension, 5 questions which are based on the paragraph, okay. Either reading comprehension score or even sometimes even letter also earlier was asked. So these are the 3 things which are asked in your English answer writing. Then comes your ESI. Now the main syllabus starts. ESI, when I am talking about, you could see ESI is well distributed with 100 total marks which are distributed 50-50% in objective and descriptive answer writing. This objective, when I am talking about, as 50 marks are for objective and 50 for descriptive, these 50 marks come from current section, 45 marks, and 5 marks come from static section. So static ESI, anything static news, okay. For example, when was IMF established? Such question in objective may be coming for only 5 marks, static. Current, whereas from government scheme, PIB, which would be totally for 45 marks. Descriptive, when I am talking about, it is equally distributed, 25 for current and 25 for static, okay. This is the whole picture of ESI distribution. Syllabus, here you could see, so main sections like growth and development, Indian economy, globalization, social structure in India, this is the overall syllabus in your ESI. If I want to tell you that which are the important syllabus which we should be concentrating, then here you could be seeing, first is measurement of growth, alleviation and employment generation, sustainable development environment issues, then economic history of India, changes in industrial labor policy, monetary and fiscal policy, reforms of 1991. Other than that, yes, Indian Union budget, economic survey, this is very, very important. Indian money and financial markets, then public finance, okay, this is very, very important. And other than that, globalization, when I'm talking about opening up of economy, then balance of payment, Exim policy, IMF and World Bank, these are some of the sections which are very, very important. From social structure, urbanization, migration, demographic trends becomes very, very important. Books, if I tell you, you can watch here. Indian Economy by Uma Kapila, Indian Economy by Mishra and Puri. Here even I will mention Nitin Singhania, okay. It's a very small book which comprehensively actually completes the whole syllabus of ESI for RBI Grade B, okay. Then newspapers also have been mentioned, weekly magazines also have been mentioned, and reports also have been mentioned. This totally I have taken from the RBI Grade B notification. So here you can take a screenshot and you can have this information with you, okay. So have a screenshot here. I hope you had the screenshot. Now let's move forward. So here are the important topics also which I already told you. Now let's move to the finance. When I talk about finance, the structure of financial institutions, then functions of Reserve Bank, banking system, recent development in your global financial system, then non-banking system, development in digital payments, your primary and secondary markets. These are the important main chapters in your general finance. Okay, now this finance is not core finance जो कि आपके कॉमर्स वगैरह में पूछा जाता है. ये ऑलरेडी यहां पर देखो आरबीआई बहुत स्मार्ट है, उन्होंने जनरल फाइनेंस एंड मैनेजमेंट यहां पर सिलेबस में लिखा है. सो इट मींस दैट इट इज अ पर्टिकुलर सिलेबस विच इज ओपन फॉर ऑल द ग्रेजुएट्स. यहां पर आप देख सकते हो इंपॉर्टेंट कुछ सिलेबस दिया गया है. प्लीज गो थ्रू इट फॉर योर बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. बाकी के टॉपिक्स अगर आप देखते हो तो फाइनेंशियल रिस्क मैनेजमेंट एक इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक हो जाता है. फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन, ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल मार्केट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस इन बैंकिंग सेक्टर, यूनियन बजट. दीज नाउ आर अदर सर्टन टॉपिक्स विच आर अगेन जो ईएसआई में भी कभी कभार आप कवर करते हो. ओके, एज वेल एज मैनेजमेंट में कवर करते हो. ये अकाउंटिंग का अगेन accounting, basics of accounting and financial statement was again added into RBI's syllabus. So make sure you also cover this. And inflation and this topic already you would be covering in your ESI section. When I talk about finance, objective and descriptive, here you could see. Now here it is not 50-50%. Why? Because management is also there along with the finance. Therefore objective होता है आपका 25 मार्क्स के लिए और descriptive होता है 25 मार्क्स के लिए, क्योंकि remaining 25 मैनेजमेंट के सब्जेक्ट के होंगे. ओके, सो आउट ऑफ दिस 25 मार्क्स 8 इज करंट एंड 17 इज ऑलमोस्ट स्टैटिक. सो फाइनेंस में ऑब्जेक्टिव में रादर यू कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन स्टैटिक, वेयर एज डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट आंसर राइटिंग जब बात करते हैं हम, दैट टाइम करंट questions are asked more which are for 15 marks and static question which comes in answer writing it comes for 10 marks. So this is the distribution. Overall अगर मैं books की बात करूं फाइनेंस के लिए, बहुत ज्यादा बुक्स यहां पर दी है, बट वन ऑफ माय फेवरेट इज नथिंग बट ऑफ कोर्स भारती पाठक. ओके, सो फाइनेंस का बुक आ जाता है. अदर देन दैट मिश्रा एंड पुरी इज ऑल्सो वेरी वेरी गुड. ओके, सो दिस टू बुक्स यू कैन of course follow, Bharti Pathak and Mishra and Puri. Okay, then let's move forward. Next is management. When we talk about management, here you cannot make a compartment. Why? Because in management no current part is asked. In management the total subject is static. So overall whatever 50% is there, whatever 25, 50 marks are asked out of 100 marks in FM, everything comes from this static syllabus. Okay, so various important topics are there, particularly here if I talk about. Okay, so here the topics like for example organizational total, like organizational behavior in total, this is very very important. Then other than that personality, okay, content, different theories, okay, theories which are related to either motivation, okay, and other important theories also, leadership, then this particular topic. Okay, so these important topics are there, you have to cover them in depth. Okay, because management is a static subject, here no current is there, you would be knowing that what is coming according to previous year question. I would recommend that these 50 marks are really very scoring for you. Okay, so therefore make sure that you go through finance very very properly. Other than that, corporate governance is a very easy topic in finance. If you see here, you should be rather concentrating about conceptual understanding and more case studies and example. This would be very very good for your management preparation. Overall management books also have been mentioned here. Here you could see various management books, even RBI only has recommended here. Okay, but mainly if you try to see, then we will also come up with some certain books which are available in Indian market also, as well as which are having very less number of pages which you can choose for your overall RBI grade B preparation. Okay, then when we talk about the cutoff, now cutoff, if you look at the cutoff of 2022, now why we have not taken the cutoff of the recent year of 2023, क्योंकि 2023 का phase 2 का cutoff अब तक नहीं आया है. Okay, so therefore if you see the cutoff here, look at for the general candidate, it is 63.75. Now in the year of 2023 the phase 1 cutoff has come. So this is the phase, this is the cutoff for the year 2022 and that also for phase 1. Okay, so phase 1 in 2022 it was 63.75. In 2023 how much was the cutoff? The cutoff was almost 54. So 50%, 50% almost is the cutoff for your RBI. What it shows? It shows that कि आपको निगेटिव मार्किंग आपकी बहुत कम करनी पड़ेगी और आरबीआई का टोटल जनरल अवेयरनेस, क्वांट, रीजनिंग और इंग्लिश बहुत ही डिफिकल्टी लेवल उसकी बढ़ रही है और कंपटीशन भी बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ रही है. दिस वाज द वन थिंग विच वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड. फेज 2 व्हेन आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट ओवरऑल फॉर द ईयर ऑफ 2022, 171.25 वाज द कट ऑफ और 2023 का तो कट ऑफ अब तक आया नहीं है. सो ओवरऑल इफ यू सी द कट ऑफ हियर 171.25, this is your cutoff out of 375. Okay, now this were all the cutoffs, and now you do understand that in phase 2 again here the cutoff is almost 60%. In phase 1 the cutoff here in the year of 2022 was almost 60%, but in 2023 the recent year it was 50%. So difficulty और competition बढ़ते ही जा रहा है, ये हमें कट ऑफ से समझ में आता है. देन कम सैलरी. सैलरी अगर आप यहां पर देखते हो 1,27,540 ओनली, 1,27,000. दिस सैलरी इज ऑलमोस्ट मोर देन एनी ऑफ द PSU एंड गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स. इवन अगर आप किसी भी IAS ऑफिसर से कंपेयर करोगे, इट इज मच मोर हायर देन एनी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स इन द कंट्री. सो दिस इज योर सैलरी स्लिप और ये है आपकी सैलरी जो कि है 1,20,000 से ऊपर. ठीक है. जॉब प्रोफाइल की अगर आप बात करते हो, देन इशूइंग द करेंसी, सो यू बिकम द पार्ट ऑफ द मॉनिटरी एंड फिस्कल पॉलिसी इन द कंट्री. इससे ज्यादा आपको क्या चाहिए? सो इशूइंग द करेंसी, ऑल द नोट्स एंड कॉइन इशूइंग, ये तो आरबीआई करता है. तो इसमें आप जो आरबीआई ग्रेड बी एम्प्लॉइज होंगे, आपका मेन फंक्शन होगा in the circulation and smooth transaction of this particular currencies. Then is financial stability, one of the important duties of RBI grade B officer. It's nothing but it is making or ensuring the financial stability in the market. Okay, so overall monetary policy committee अगर आप देखते हो तो उसमें भी RBI का सबसे main important role होता है. Other than that, awareness, RBI grade B officers are also responsible for financial inclusion and various other inclusion and awareness drives. And as RBI is the apex banking institution in the country, RBI grade B officers also become governments as well as nations main economic advisors. Okay, so इससे ज्यादा आपको job profile क्या चाहिए? Okay, so when anybody asks me what is the job of RBI grade B officer like, I always tell that job is one of the highest banking bureaucratic job in the country. So it is like being IAS in the banking system. ठीक है, तो ये है RBI grade B की job profile. And then comes your overall career progression. अगर career progression बात करें, you start as an RBI grade B officer where you are a manager, then assistant general manager, then you move towards deputy general manager, then general manager, and then chief general manager or regional directorate. So this is the overall your career progression also. So within 30 minutes we today understood everything about RBI grade B exam, and I hope now you decide that do you want to prepare for your RBI grade B exam of 2024. Thank you.